Hey, Susquehanna, welcome to the SCHS Works podcast. This is episode 6. Man, do we have a special treat for you today. We are here today with 3 awesome, well, most of them, guests to talk about the senior service auction. Let's kick this off. Mr. Tompkins, welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Tompkins is here because he is one of the senior class advisors, and we're gonna hit the ground running with our meat and potatoes, which is the senior service auction that's coming up. But before we get that, Mr. Tompkins, you're involved in a heck of a lot. And one of the things that you've become involved in over the years is the Big Buck contest. What is up with that?
Well, that was an idea that I think Mr. Adornato and myself came up with. This was going back a few years.
Yeah, back when I had hair.
It might have even been before that. So basically what we do is at the start of the archery season in the fall every year, we throw it out to the student body and even teachers that if they legally harvest, not a roadkill.
Okay.
Legally harvest a white-tailed deer, whether it be a doe or a buck, preferably a buck doe. Yeah. We take pictures from them, any submissions, and we put it up on a board in the building. And then right before the holiday break, we typically get on SNN, have a little bit of good time, and hand out some awards. And many of them are not serious awards. We try to keep this humorous, but we try to recognize each and every student who has submitted something for that contest and give them something that they can go home with for participating and getting into the great outdoors and harvesting an animal. So that's currently going on. We're probably going to recognize them, I think, on December 21st is the plan.
Awesome. Hey, we love the Big Buck contest, and there's not much more of a Susquehanna County thing than that. But it's always something to look forward to, and I appreciate you heading that up. Vanessa Payne. Vanessa, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, life been busy as a senior here?
Kinda, yeah.
So right now you're, obviously busy with Mr. Tompkins' classwork because he crushes you with homework, right?
Definitely.
Absolutely.
All right. But you're also busy with basketball cheer. How's that going?
Pretty good. Right now we have a few girls who are out due to some injuries, which is hard considering our first home game is Wednesday.
So can I tell you, I never realized just how difficult it was in cheer not to have somebody that you're counting on.
Yeah.
Because your whole routine gets screwed up.
Yeah.
And then just before the game, you have to figure out how you're going to change it and make sure you don't drop people. And but I know you guys will come through with the challenges there.
Definitely.
So what's your favorite part about cheer?
I think I love the environment a lot. Our practices, while we get a lot of stuff done, it's also fun.
Okay.
And the games are definitely interesting.
Yeah, let's talk about those games. So the games are interesting. I mean, you're indoors, so everything echoes.
Mm-hmm.
Serious question, or maybe not so serious. Do your hands ever just throb from smacking the bleachers? You guys do this cheer, and I'm gonna try to do it right now. But it's like a couple claps, and when you slam those bleachers, I don't know how your hands take it.
I don't think it really hurts my hands as much. When we hit our thighs, there's a lot of cheers where we hit our thighs.
Okay.
That one hurts. That'll leave some bruises if you do it hard enough.
But in that game time moment, you have to go for it.
Yeah.
You try to distract Mr. Tompkins from
It's
his
adrenaline.
coaching.
It is.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Just let it go.
I think it is. All right, and hey, our last guest here for today, certainly not least, Scott Stengel. Wait,
Trey. It's Trey.
I go by both.
Oh, you go by both.
I go by both. I can do both.
Trey Stengel. Trey, do you know how many times throughout your high school career we've been looking at a document and someone will be like, "Who is Scott?"
It happens a lot, actually, with a lot of subs that come in. I just accept it.
Nobody knows your real name.
No, I go by both, so it's
but
okay.
Here we are. We're on the SCH Works podcast. Everybody listens to this podcast, so here they know. Trey Stengel is actually Scott. It is the same person.
That is true.
Hey, Trey.
Yes.
You're the co-editor of Yearbook.
I am.
How's Yearbook going?
It's going actually pretty good so far. Some people have left, but that's what you run into.
But it's a revolving door sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there's a perception out there with Yearbook that hey, this is gonna be a lot of fun, but the requirements that are put on you guys and the timelines, it's a lot. I think you guys have something like 90 pages coming up here.
Or after break, I think, or before break, one of the two.
Yeah.
Before or after break.
Wow, I mean that's a lot of work, because you got to make sure you have a good mixture of pictures and you're spelling people's names correctly and things like that. So hey, I'm glad to have you here. One more thing for the good of the cause. Anyone taking part in the door decorating contest that the guidance department is hosting right now?
Yeah.
You are.
We're helping decorate Miss Carpenetti's door, the library door, and I'm also doing Miss Rossi's door.
Oh, typical senior. Lots of
Yeah.
study halls.
Yeah.
Lots of going from there. My door is currently being decorated. I've been kicked out of my office because there's just constantly a couple people decorating it. Mr. Tompkins, your door gonna get done?
My door will be decorated.
All right.
Fear not.
All
It
right.
will get done.
Well, hey, students, if you're listening, grab a teacher. See if that you can decorate their door. We cannot let Miss Gerchman win again this year. That's the goal. That's the goal. All right, let's get into this. The senior service auction. Mr. Tompkins.
Yes, sir.
This goes back a long ways.
Yeah, many years.
Where did this senior service auction actually come from?
Well, I'm thinking that this was probably about 2015.
Okay.
When I just sat down and started thinking about it, I had to put the years together. But I think it was about 2014, 2015. And we were just racking our brains a little bit about a new, fresh idea for a fundraiser that the senior class could do. And senior advisors sat down with administration, and I think one of our administrators at the time had heard about this or maybe done it at a previous school that they were at.
Okay.
And we sat down and we kind of worked out the parameters of it. We said, hey, let's give it a shot. So it's been about 7, 8, 9 years maybe that we've done this with the senior class.
Yeah, so the whole purpose is to raise funds then. What are those funds used for?
Those funds are used, typically the majority or all of those funds go towards paying for the senior class trip.
Okay.
Yep.
So here's a fundraiser that let's just throw it out there. It's fun.
Sure.
It's
it's quick.
It's quick, yeah.
Yeah.
And very, very little effort on the seniors' part, except for really one day where they use their services to help whoever purchased the service. So Mr. Tompkins, over the years, what could the senior class, how much can they expect to raise on something like this?
I think when we first started it, we were unsure as to kind of what to expect. In the first year, I believe in that hour to an hour and a half that it took for that fundraiser to be carried out, I think we earned approximately $2,000.
Okay, wow.
And that's a very generous turnout from students who might crack open their piggy banks at their home or use their lawn mowing and babysitting money, or teachers, who are recognizing that, hey, this is a great opportunity to support the senior class. But I know that there's been years where we've had $3,500, even $4,000, I believe, one year was raised.
And that's just insane.
Sure it is.
We obviously don't expect students to open up the piggy bank that much.
Absolutely.
10, $20, maybe you get with a couple of your buddies, and you purchase the service that's being provided by your older brother or sister because you get one day where you can kind of control them. That would kind of be cool. But Vanessa and Trey, you guys, you're going to be you are seniors, but you're going to be taking part in your first senior service auction here coming up. And the first part of it is you're auctioning off your services, right? So, Mr. Tompkins, what does that day look like? And when are we doing that this year?
So the event itself is going to happen next Wednesday, which is, for us, is going to be Wednesday, December 13th.
Okay.
And right now, what we're doing currently is soliciting from the seniors their interest, number one, in participating. We don't make it mandatory. Seniors don't have to do it if they don't want. And what I'm trying to do right now is compile a list of those seniors, and also what are the types of services that they're going to be willing to provide to an individual who is willing to donate their money to the senior class. And some of the things that I'm starting to see are quite humorous, but I don't want to debut them now.
Yeah, understood.
But basically what we do is we get the seniors into the gym, and we just throw out some dollar amounts, and then we let everybody kind of take it from there. And then we collect the cash, and then we give them a day. This year it will be December 22nd, the day before we head out for the holiday break, for them to carry out whatever tasks or requests that those individuals have asked of them. And I think we've kind of set the last couple of years as that day before the holiday break as being a day where it's, you know, kind of loose, kind of fun.
Yep.
You know, it gives them an opportunity if they want to wear some costumes.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity for them if that's something that ends up coming about. But you know, they do have to get whatever plan that is, you know, okayed through administration a few days in advance. You know, run past you, and they need to make sure that their day schedule is kind of broken down so there's no chaos.
Yep.
You know, minimal chaos. Let's put it that way.
Right.
So, and the day runs, you know, pretty smooth.
So, December 13th.
Yep.
December 13th, if I want to purchase a service that a senior is auctioning off, that's the day I need to have my money.
True.
And I need to be here at school ready to bid on that service. So, Vanessa and Trey, you know, obviously you guys, are you both willing to participate? Have you told Mr. Tompkins, like, yeah, we're 100% in?
Yeah.
You know? Okay, were either of you hesitant, like, ooh, I don't know about this?
No. It's kind of exciting. It's fun to do.
So, what about it excites you?
I don't know, just like not knowing what you're gonna do
Okay,
until and not knowing who's gonna get you.
All right, and it just, you know, it's a different day. It's not a run-of-the-mill day.
Yeah.
It's a fun day in the building. So obviously, as two seniors who are saying like, hey, you guys want to do this, Mr. Tompkins gives you parameters of saying like, all right, is there something you absolutely won't do? It's off the table. Is there anything that you guys are like, yep, nope, not doing that?
The only thing I'm really hesitant on is I know this happens a lot, is whenever they like go on the loudspeaker and say something. I don't like doing that. I don't want to be known to everybody.
Sure,
I
yeah.
just want to be quiet.
Trey doesn't want to go on the loudspeaker for
No.
the whole building to hear. Usually
Nope.
it's giving some kind of a speech that honors, you know,
The person.
obviously the person that bought you. You're saying how great they are or something like that. So if you're listening, Trey is 100% not going to go on the loudspeaker. All right. Vanessa, is there anything for you that you're just like, nope, not doing it?
I think I won't sing.
I was going to
I think
ask that.
singing is just, I'll dance if somebody else will dance with me.
So you're up
but-
for entertaining with some dancing, but you 100% won't sing.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sing either. I'd be like, my dignity needs to remain intact, and this is where I draw the line. So, again, Mr. Tompkins doesn't want to give too much away here, but what's something that you're willing to do? What's the service that you're willing to sell? Just the two of you. Because throughout the years, let me throw some things I've seen.
We've seen a lot of things.
Throughout the years, I saw a student that created a booth, and it was the compliment booth, and then they stood in the hallway behind this booth, and every single person that came up to them, they gave them a compliment.
Wow.
And I thought that was a really cool use of a senior. I had an individual, actually multiple, that I purchased because they were great artists. And every single time, I'm like, you're painting me ceiling tiles. And I try getting Penn State logos throughout my room and things like that. Yeah, there was, way back, Mr. Tompkins, there was one heck of a speech that was on I don't think it was SNN, I think it was on the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
And I think it was actually a poem that was written and talked about, you know, life experiences. Was that Brad Sherman?
You know, and if wherever he is and wherever he may be listening to the SCHS podcast, his day that he had that year may go down in senior service auction history.
Absolutely.
As one of the most epic 7.5 hours that anybody has put in.
But, you know, what fun. What a good sport.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So,
and to interrupt, I think that's really what it comes down to as well, is the seniors who participate are good sports.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're recognizing that, hey, this is for a good cause, and, you know, they're willing to kind of open themselves up a little bit to maybe some things that, hey, they wouldn't normally feel comfortable doing, but hey, it's one of those days, and, you know, at the end of the day, this is a fundraiser. It's going to go towards their senior class trip, and you know, the more money that the class can raise through this very short, very quick, very easy fundraiser is something that's going to benefit the class. So, you know, I think a lot of kudos has to go to the seniors for, you know, opening up just a little bit, maybe more than they typically would.
yeah, I would agree with that. You know, we've seen bodyguards.
Yeah.
Guys walking
That was
down the
good.
hallway,
Yeah.
you know, with dark glasses on, saying, "Oh, move out of the way,
Yeah.
move out of the way,"
Yeah.
just to escort their, 7th or 8th grader who purchased the service.
Yeah.
We've seen book bags being carried. We've seen
Lunch trays taken up.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, absolutely.
We've seen individuals who have to, at the start of every class, they have to give the kid a compliment. They have to follow the kid to class and sit there next to him. Can't do their work though. We can't break the academic honesty code.
Yeah.
We can't have anything like that going on. There are certain things you can't do.
Yep.
So we just got to make sure that we follow certain.
So speaking of can't do, let's throw it out there. The seniors, you can't leave the school during the school day. So if you're like, well, I'm just running to pick up lunch for whoever purchased me, sorry, I can't do that. Because once you're here, we're a closed campus, all right? But the one thing that has been worked out in the past is whatever you're going to do before school, before you show up here, isn't our concern. So if you're going to run to Dunkin' and get yourself Dunkin' and get it for whoever whoever purchased your service, well, that's before school. So, we've been okay with that. But once you're here in school, we don't want you leaving school.
And I think we had a conversation that Scott, aka Trey here, is willing to, since he is a fast food restaurant employee, he's thinking about grabbing something the night before.
Oh, that's
and
risky.
keeping it. Well, it could be risky, but if he keeps it on a warming tray at the house,
Don't know if I
this
have
could
one of
work.
those.
This could work. though.
All that or the microwave it. But so here's the process. Whoever purchases Trey, whoever purchases Vanessa, they're gonna obviously see Mr. Tompkins and pay for purchasing that service. But then also they need to get me in the main office a listing of what the day's gonna look like, kind of a schedule of events. So Vanessa, you will have one. It'll be, hey, periods 1, 2, and 3. Vanessa will be doing X, Y, and Z. And in there is obviously going to be the service that you guys are willing to offer. But obviously, there's going to be some downtime, and there might be some other things that get thrown in there. And so that way, I can take a look through. I can approve things to make sure we're not doing anything too crazy. But then I also want to be able to hand you guys, like, hey, here's your schedule. This is what we expect of you. So it's not just, hey, I purchased this person's service and now I'm going to control them for the day. No, you need to submit that plan to the main office and get it approved because we like to have fun, but we want to keep it safe. We want to keep it within reason too. So, hey, Trey, anything else? Final words about the senior service auction that you've got?
I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited to do it. I've been watching it since 7th grade, so obviously there's a lot building up to it. But I think it'll be a good fundraiser and help our class. Hopefully get somewhere we want to go.
I think you should put something together where you're standing up there and we're auctioning off your service. I think there needs to be an extra little special touch of something. Whether you've got a dad joke to throw out there, whether it be like you try to do a toe touch like Vanessa or like
Do a cartwheel,
something.
Trey.
I could do a cartwheel.
You
Ooh, that would be
should.
that would
See,
be
now
funny.
that's a hidden skill we didn't know about.
like so as they're bidding on your service,
Be like, pause.
He's
Yep.
a gymnast.
I could do a cartwhel.
you do the cartwheel and
Might jump off,
immediately the bids are going to jump up.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, Vanessa, what do you got for us? Do you think you could do a cheer mid auction?
Oh, definitely.
All
I
right.
could.
All right,
Maybe
so
I'll make one up for it.
that would be even better.
Perfect.
And if you could put work as the cure in there,
Okay.
we would be set.
I'll give it a
We
go.
would be set. Mr. Tompkins, what did we miss about the senior service auction?
I think we covered most of it. I think the biggest thing we just got to remember is that, we're auctioning off the service,
Yep.
right? And I think, those things that the students are willing to provide, and the generous donations on behalf of the students and the faculty and the staff are really what drive this fundraiser. And just in advance, I'd like to thank anybody who's considering doing it, and the people who are definitely already plotting and planning. And there's a bunch of probably 7th and 8th graders out there who are already pooling their money together, and
yeah.
we'll have 5 or 6 of them that will all of a sudden just come out of nowhere, and here we go. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I think the seniors are looking forward to it, and I think the 13th will be fun, but obviously the 22nd will be really enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we come up with.
Yeah, and watch out for those teachers that just like to drive up the price. You know, they're just bidding to drive that price up, and then they back out last minute. I don't know anyone like that.
Perfect.
I don't know anyone like that. But guys, before we close, got something really exciting coming up. We have the high school chorus and band concert, and last year it was such a phenomenal show that I just want to make sure we get the word out there. 7 o'clock, December 21st, here in our auditorium. Mr. Woke and company, really looking forward to it. So if you're looking for something to do the day before the senior auction task day, the chorus and band concert is 100% where you should be.
And if
All
for
right.
some reason they missed the chorus and band concert, there might be a second one on the 22nd with everybody singing and playing instruments and dancing.
I can't wait for SNN on that day.
It's going to be,
yeah.
it will be fun.
We're just going to say probably cancel period 1 right now, and it'll be all SNN
We'll kick it off.
on that morning.
All right.
Hey, Susquehanna, it's been fun. We'll catch you on the next podcast. Remember, work is the cure.